Okay, now to continue with the Dove story, the musical. Okay, now this is the kite stage, and this I've already told about the bending down of the mountain, but it wouldn't go away. But the effort of trying to bend it down created this little crease, see, that is used to create the solution to the problem of trying to get rid of our brother. Because now we're going to open it up. Look at the square again and make it into what I call the boat stage. And I will read now the words God gave me. We had tried to push the mountain down, but it would not stay down. Then we began to open up our heart centers to look at the square again and see if we could not love as we wanted to be loved, to accept as we wanted to be accepted. So we became like unto a boat, and we took on all those who wanted our love and our acceptance. And our opening up to love became something that changed us yet again, for we were no longer like a kite fastened to the ground. Now I'm going to interrupt the reading of that to show you that we became this shape that you have to do it to both sides, because when we opened up to love, we collapsed one boat. So many people liked that message. They couldn't get together on all their doctrines, that is for sure, but they could get together on the fact that we all needed to love and accept one another. And besides that, this, I do believe this is happening even now, there is beginning to be a flood of energy that is love energy coming in, and it's going to affect everyone, every single person. And those who love will fare well in this energy increase, but those who can't get in line with love aren't going to do so well until they decide to align themselves with the actions of love. So here's this love boat. I also call it the UL boat, for unconditional love, the UL boat. And now I will read more. For in our taking our brothers into our hearts, we began to shine so brightly. We were as a diamond. I'm going to turn it this way. A diamond, catching the light from our many facets. We could see that we had other shapes and other structures, some shaped a little different, and yet all a part of the whole diamond. Each facet worked at reflecting the light in conjunction to a fellow faceter. Each was important, each was vital. For when we would see our wholeness from beyond our limited view, we saw the complete diamond. And now, the next step is going to be taking these legs. Now, in another story form that I put this in, that I call the children's story form, I treat the diamond here like as if it were a fat ballerina. Can you see her legs? You know, she can't really kick them very high because she's too heavy. And so we must decrease the size of her legs. So you look at this diamond when you're folding this, have the open part toward the bottom. Now you take this, and this is like instant liposurgery. You just fold it right there to the center. And you fold this one to the center as exactly as you can, because if you don't fold correctly, you don't wind up with the same thing that you want to wind up with, because things don't match so evenly if you don't do it more precisely. I teach a lot of people how to fold this dove, but children are so eager to do it, they will fold crooked. And I tell them, no, this has to be folded exactly in half. You can't just do it in a haphazard way. So now I'm finished folding this side to the center, and I will show you what we have next. Because now we are in another shape. And this shape is called the torch. That sort of looks like a torch, doesn't it? And there's a light going up to the top. Now, I'll read more from what God said to me. We imagined that we were complete now, that we could ascend to greater heights, but we found that we were not lifting off as yet. What was holding us down, we thought? What was there that we had not done? We had taken our brothers into our hearts. We had given up dogmas, the rituals, the theories. We were shining brightly, reflecting the light of the sun. We were about to dance for joy, and yet we felt a heaviness in our body. Okay, now that was before I folded the legs. That was the heaviness. Our legs were weighted down. We didn't understand that we still had dross. Dross was in our diamond. And we knew that we wanted to clear the dross, so drastic measures must be taken. Okay, that was the fat. That was the diamond with dross in it. And here are the drastic measures. And now this is me now, my words. Because I had sort of added to the story my own thoughts. When you fold this next fold, you're going to do something called letting go of the past and letting go of the fear of the future and living more in the now. So the next fold you will do past this fold that is the torch is that you will bring this together like you were folding a book together. See? You'll bring that together and you'll turn it around and do the same thing to the other side. And I call the first fold letting go of the past. All the regrets, all the hatreds, all the animosities about any and everything in the past that has made you not love your fellow man. Let it go. And this next fold is letting go of the fear about the future. Because as long as you're fearing the future, you can't live in the now. So now, you see, when we make that fold, we have turned again into something else. I call this the angel stage. And now I will continue with the words. So drastic measures must be taken. Now, over here I show a picture of this with I give the body of an angel. Rather crude drawing. I could use some help on illustrating this from people who are really great artists. Okay, we needed help, for we had so much to learn and so much to unlearn. So we stood upon our feet and we invited our brothers we had not known of from places far removed by time and space. We sought our space brothers to help us to ascend, and so began a restructuring of our basic form. New folds were called for, which did trim our legs that had been so heavy. We discovered that we were lighter, and we were dancing. We were letting go of our fear and finding out a secret about ourselves. So, here is the angel stage. And this represents the wings of the angel, and the next fold is going to be, well, this is the part where I lose people sometimes. When I say, oh, we sought the help of our space brothers, then they get all, oh, you don't go there, do you? I say, yes, I do. I go that far. We have space brothers, extraterrestrial, and we have brothers that are inner terrestrial, that are from the inside the earth. And too many people have seen and talked about it and communicated with them. Millions of people have seen UFOs. And now, instead of pointing a finger at people who say they believe there are extraterrestrials, it's almost getting ridiculous to say you don't believe in them, to think that we're the only life forms in the universe, or that the others, if there are out there, couldn't possibly make themselves known to us, is getting to sound rather ridiculous. Anyway, I'm a big believer in the fact that we have space brothers, although I have never seen one. I've never seen a UFO. Never. That I know of. Maybe I've seen one and I didn't know it was. But we had to get their advice, because while they won't do things for us, for that would only make us dependent upon them, they will give us all the advice that we ask for, and help too. But it basically has to be that we ourselves will pick ourselves up by our own bootstraps, because they can't make us love one another. We have to do that on our own. We have to look at ourselves and realize that we haven't got the inner peace that we need, or we cannot have the outer peace unless we have the inner peace. So, let me get on with the story now. For as we stepped back and looked at ourselves, we discovered that we were not just reflecting the light from outside ourselves. We were discovering that we were ourselves the light, that it came from within our own selves. The more we let go of dross, the more and more light that came from us, extending, reaching out like a searchlight, a beacon of light, to warn all sailors of where the rocks were that were to be avoided. Now, I made a little illustration of us looking like a torch here, and here's ships. These little things are ships. And imagine you're on the ship and you're seeing the light that will keep you from hitting these rocks. And here's one rock, it's called criticism. And here's another one called judgment. And I'll give my definition of judgment. Judgment is what you would choose to think that you should do, and for yourself. No, wait a minute. Judgment is what you think others should do to make you feel that they're doing the right thing. And judgment is not good. Discernment is what we need. Discernment is saying, I see what you've done, and I don't think I want that for myself, so I discern that that is not the way I want to go. So there's a difference. You can have discernment, you can speak about your discernment, but always do it lovingly, because you don't want to be criticizing others. You turn them off when you criticize them. They don't listen to a thing you have to say if what you say, oh dear, there goes my phone, interrupting me. I will continue this in the next session. Come on, go off. Not going off.